I think they crazy, use Facebook like Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Shut up my last joints.
I think they crazy, use Facebook. Who you asking? What do y'all think? If it ain't robots, the marketing stinks. If it ain't robots, he needs blink.
Yo, Pitchfork.
Yo, we got one.
I love that shit.
Yeah. It's you know I uploaded the stems for Reese last night, so I told the fellas that we getting it mixed in the next week or so. If they get on, they get on. If not, it's going like it is.
I love, like, for me, that's a real important one for me because it's it hits right for me. It hits right. Everything hits right. The beat is perfect, yo.
Yeah.
I like everything about that shit, yo. Like, you need medicine to blink. You a simp. You a fucking simp, yo. What the fuck?
That shit is fucking perfect, man. It's definitely a perfect song. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I don't know what the fuck wrong with you, man. How the fuck you think of shit like that?
That's how I see life for real, though. I be thinking that shit. Like, they need medicine to blink, yo. Like, you ain't real, yo. You not real. That shit gonna get love everywhere, though. Like, cause it's a load. The beat is some old people with systems gonna like that shit, yo. Like, here I come type shit. But yeah, everything goes, man, perfectly.
And it's a slow knock.
Who
So
you
you can
asking?
joint. Huh?
Now I said, who you asking?
Google. And you got all the little buzzwords and phrases in there and shit. You did. I see you real wise with the way you wrote that rhyme. That shit is dope, man. Now you like, I know who I'm hitting. I'm hitting heads. I'm hitting recognition centers in the brain. I feel like this is what you've been meaning. You've been wanting to do for a minute with regard to doing something that's like somewhat modern or can be somewhat competitive or something.
It is. I mean, I'm happy. Like, the vocals came. Like, ain't no effects on them, yo. I mean, every time I do it now, I hit reset because when I record it, when you record in GarageBand, it automatically puts you on lead vocals, and that's when I do my mixes. I kind of like start from there anyway. 'Cause I take the reverb off and stuff, but for mixing purposes, I get it. You don't want nothing on it, so I'm on reset mode now.
Sorry, I had to get the lights back on. They just went on me for some reason. I appreciate your commitment to getting your recording set up like on point and you know, the like looking into that shit and handling that shit, being on top of that shit, man. That's a huge, like, that's a motivator for me. Makes me like, all right, so I gotta
Really
tighten up my shit. I gotta push hard. I gotta work hard. He's investing in himself. He's investing in time and thought and energy into getting his shit right. You know, that motivates me to want to do more of the same, man. So I appreciate that, bro. Because otherwise, it feels like it's like a lot of times I do a whole bunch of shit and nobody else moves. So it's like, what the fuck am I doing this for? You know what I'm saying? So when I see you doing shit, it's like, yeah, that's why I'm doing it, because it motivates people like this, and his life is getting better, and my life is getting better, and it's symbolic.
it's a real ripple effect.
Yeah.
It's for real. It's really a ripple, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways that things are tangible, and sometimes it's just hard to see them sometimes, man. But like, it's get too caught up in the future and think about what could be, or what's on the way, what's looming, what could be looming, all that shit. That shit makes it hard sometimes, man, to stay motivated. But this shit that like songs like that motivate the fuck out of me, man. It's funny because it's just a song to some people, but to me, that shit is it's a piece of me, man. I don't know. It does something. It does something to me, man. It does something for me.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Cause it's mental health too. That song touches on mental health too. Like, that's Like I make it funny, but that's where the inspiration comes from. Somebody that I know something's wrong with him. I know something's wrong with him, yo. But he's the type you could never tell him that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would never take medicine, like he diet, you know. But something happened to him, yo, and it bothered me. It bothers me. It still bothers me, but it's like it's nothing you can do.
Yeah. But just hope that maybe they take that and they see it. I mean, and when you talk about mental health, I mean, part of it in there, when you say I removed all these niggas, that's it's called setting boundaries, man. That's one of the big things that they talk about in the world of setting boundaries. I gotta clear my circle just so I can be right in my head. Nothing personal. I just gotta remove.
Word, yeah, nothing personal at all, yo. Only thing personal is that, like, that's what people fail to realize. Like, it's never personal, but it is. The only thing personal is the lessons. I can't learn by myself. Like, I can't learn behavior with other human beings by myself. I can't learn it. You learn by your interactions, and you know, once you know better, you should do better. And so it's not personal. Like if you poisonous to me, cancerous to me, tumorous to me, I gotta leave you alone.
Love you. May not want to, but need to.
I just got to, man. Yeah. The other day when we were talking, when y'all screen froze up, Yanni said something that made me like, you know what? I forget. Like, that's what I'm missing. See, y'all have conversations. I could tell y'all have conversations, and you're able to come out into the world and still be Pitchfork. Like, you can be without, you got all this information back here, but you're not acting on it. You're not, you know, it's not on the surface. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I need a way to process other information to where it doesn't always be on the surface. Because that's why I avoid people sometimes, just because personality things, yo. Like, I'm not up to the point yet where I can, personality, I don't want to be burning bridges.
Yeah, I feel that. I understand that. I definitely get that, man. Like, I don't want to be around people at all right now, to be honest. There's a lot of people I don't want to be around because one is my patience and my peace of mind. And you know, I don't want to say nothing. I have a tendency to say things sometimes that could be offensive and shit. And I don't mean nothing by it, but you know, I could easily, like you said, burn that bridge because I'm not ready. Remember when we started doing GRYSKLL last year, I wanted you and she to be front line because I was like, yo, I don't trust my mouth. I don't trust myself right now because I'm still processing my thoughts out loud. So I get what you're saying, I guess. I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
You feel like you're making progress on that, though, you said? You feel like...
I am. I am, yo. I am, like... And I really think it's the diet. I really do. I really do. I like...
Water?
Because I caught myself in the moment. I was like, man... You're not flipping out. You didn't say nothing. I let shit go. Like it's sometimes there's no point in just let this shit go, man. Just let it go. Like it's not a big deal. And I really think the diet has something to do with it. I can't prove it, but it feels that way.
I agree. I think it's the mental and the physical diet. I mean, you've been on the artist way. You've been reading that too. You've been having conversations with people who are more like-minded, so you can actually process thoughts like this. That's food right there for your mind. I think you've been changing a lot of things, and you've been taking the time to invest in just your overall nutrition, and you've been staying away from that the internet, not too heavy on the internet too, not consuming too much of that media, I believe too, right? Yeah,
that's a fact.
Shit, when I was walking, didn't you say you had something else you wanted to touch on, or you want to say something on here? I guess you were talking about how the food and eating better has been changing things for you.
Yeah, well, just mental health in general, I wanted to talk about because I have a friend that's she's going through some issues. And then I have, like, I'm not even gonna pick one. I have a couple friends that are bipolar. I know a couple people that are bipolar and on medication, and I just want to remind people that they should be kind, and they should not take social media so to heart, because there are people out here that are committing suicide based off of a post, based off of something that they see online, and that makes me sad. That just, just the idea of that, and then having people that I know, I see them breaking down on social media, and I just want to encourage everybody to reach out to their friends, let them know that that you are their friend, that you are there for them, and everybody take a break from social media, especially if you're not promoting something positive. If you're not promoting your business, you're not trying to uplift somebody with some humor or something like that, then you need to really reevaluate and think about what's going on, because there's a lot of people out here causing harm, and that's what bothers me. That's all.
That's strong. I feel that, man. Here's one thing too. Like you mentioned, how some people are just like, you see them breaking down on social media. Like I remember, I think I had like a kind of public, somewhat breakdown when I was going through my shit. And the reason a lot of that shit went to social media is because I had nobody around me and nowhere else that shit could go. Like I didn't know how, I couldn't talk to nobody around me because conversations didn't work. People either want to always tell you something about something they have no idea, nothing, they don't understand, or I was around a lot of people who knew everything, but didn't know anything about what I was going through. For real. And it wasn't their fault, but it's just, you're a balloon, you about to bust, so air starts to leak at some point. And I think that's probably what you're seeing with a lot of these people, is that air leaking, man. Yeah,
I mean, I understand.
Outlet, because at least they can send, that's them at least sending a little flag, whatever, so that maybe somebody can reach out. I hope somebody does reach out to them and knows how to help them out in some way, man. Because it's not easy to know what to say and how to work or deal with somebody who's going through something dark. And I know from experience, it wasn't easy to deal with me. And I know sometimes people are going through the dark, and it's kind of the little rough moments and shit. But I think I've learned to be patient, because as dark as I was, I wasn't easy to work with either, and I understood why. So the understanding why gives a lot, that the perspective helps give you a little more patience for people. And I think that kind of plays into what you were saying about yourself too, when you were saying that you're less quick to snap, and you more, you let shit go. Now I think part of it's because you're starting to understand people more, and through understanding people, it's a lot harder to get mad at somebody when you understand why somebody is the way they are, or why somebody behaves in a certain way. You don't take it offensively, you take it personally, because you understand it's about you. It's not about you. You remove ego from it. I don't know. This is a lot of, like when you said me and Yanni we talk about a lot of stuff like this too, and it's helping me learn and understand and comprehend and process it. So,
and to add to what you're saying, that's so true. It's like that, like my friend, she's pretty much like, that's the thing. You understand what they're going through, but you're still concerned, because you might be there for a person and they don't want your help, or they won't accept it. They won't, you could call them and they won't answer your calls. You leave messages, I love you, I'm checking on you, I hope you're doing okay, and they don't respond. And to those people, I would say, just don't give up. Just understand that it's unconditional. The especially with friendships. I know romantic relationships, I think that could be a little more difficult. But just in a friendship, I think you should always just be there unconditionally and just wait the person out. But it's just a lot. It's a lot on both sides. It's a lot for the person that's going through it, and then it's a lot for the friend, because it's hard to be there for someone that's never there for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And not responsive when you want to be there to help them too. Or maybe maybe they snapping at you when you reaching out for help. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, but I think again, once you remove yourself and remove ego from it, and you really think about the person themselves, it makes it a little bit easier to be patient, hopefully, for people, and hopefully people understand how to roll with that. And the worst thing to fucking do is be out there gossiping. So don't fucking be out there talking, because you can't.
Yeah.
Talking to other motherfuckers about them, because that'll make them. People know when you gossip, man. So that should have turned them against you even harder, man. You think the diet is playing a role in you getting more focused and more motivated lately too, man? Diet and the water.
I think the water, that shit is amazing to me. How, like, I know something was physically wrong with me. Like, after I started drinking the water, like, you can ask anybody from any of my jobs, like, Kareem, what's two things Kareem brings to work? Way before the pandemic, Kareem always got a bottle of water. I used to take packs of water to work. Like, I always got water, and I always had Lysol, because I work in a call center a lot, and I had to have Lysol. So, like, them the two things I used to always have. And like lately, I haven't been drinking my water, and I got that Brita. Man, that shit changed my life, yo.
My man, that's beautiful, man. And then,
like, that's really like, yeah.
And what differences would you say that you noticed with water? Like, did you notice that you felt less pains? Like, I think when I don't drink water, I feel like, I've heard people talk about pain in their kidneys, but I didn't start to like watch it and acknowledge it and learn to watch for it until last year. But I feel little pains back here, and I know if I drink water, usually I stop feeling those pains eventually. That's something that's kind of new. And like when you remember when I was taking the walk, I was telling you I felt funny, I felt weird, I was lightheaded and shit. All that's gone away, and I think it's because I've been drinking my water since I got to the crib. I had tea on me, but I didn't have water on me when I was out there walking. And I realized I hadn't drunk any water since I woke up this morning, so I think I was dehydrated. So do you notice things like that?
Not like, for me, it's just an overall feeling of, I've started feeling like myself again. I don't even know how to describe it, but I started feeling like myself. And between the water and the diet, my bowel movements, they've been so peace, yo. It's been peace. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a lighter feeling. And seeing my stomach go down, that's just amazing. Like, it's clearly obvious. Like, I'm like, wow, okay. Damn, dude, you only 5 months pregnant now. I just got to bring it back. Bring it back.
That's what's up, man.
So,
congratulations.
So man. I definitely. Oh yeah, and while I'm on here, I just want to say, like, being in GRYSKLL, linking up with Dragon's Pitchfork, linking up with House of Fluid Reflections has been life-changing for me as far as my behavior, my mental health, creatively. It's just been life-changing, and I'm grateful and thankful. I really am, yo.
Well, that's an honor, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much for that, man. That's big. That means a lot. And that's motivating. That makes it feel like it's worth it to keep pushing and keep going, man. But shit, it's the same for you though, man. You've been the motivator from day one too, man. So don't shortchange yourself. And as far as I'm concerned, you're part of all of those things. You're part of the reason why all those things are working for you too, because you give to every single one of them, man. You're the number one supporter, the number one player that ain't in this house. You know what I'm saying? So
got you, man.
Appreciation, man. But thank you for those kind words too.
Teamwork, man. Teamwork.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking that shit and using that shit to go try and get me a check.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
I'm gonna figure out how to, like, I really do want to get testimonials from people who are doing this so we can really find a way to advertise like what this is and what it's doing, man. So that's a huge help right there. Thank you, man.
Yeah. And
if the right people know that what's going on here and what the big long-term plans are. Like, I still don't even have all my plans out of my head and in paper and in people's ears.
No, you know what? I'm gonna check myself because I'm gonna get some of the language that you have on your websites. I'm gonna copy that stuff and I'm gonna start. Because now that you say that, we could do commercials. We could do,
yes,
like you said, like we could do a GRYSKLL commercial,
yeah,
or whatever, like, and explain like what's going on, the benefits, like, because it's not music, like that's what gets me too. Like that's the thing. I don't want people to get GRYSKLL mixed up. That's not what we're about. Like, it's not about it's not about a push to be popular, or it's not about that. It's more about the music, upholding integrity for the culture and mental health, and helping people get through life in general. Supporting creativity. Like, that's what it's about. So that's what I have to keep making that distinction. And I don't like being compared to Wu. I love the Wu-Tang, but it's not the Wu-Tang. It's not like the Wu-Tang.
I will say this though, I will admit that I've learned a lot from RZA in the way he moves and by studying the way he moves, and that has helped me in thinking and strategizing through this. So credit due to him for showing like a template in a lot of ways. But this ain't copying no Wu at all, and this definitely ain't no child of Wu.
And when I say that, I say it's not the Wu because it's GRYSKLL. First of all, the age. That's what I mean. I'm not. I love, Jizza. That's Master Killer. Come on, man. Like, yeah, look, please get that right. I love Wu-Tang, yo. Don't get it twisted, y'all. But that's what I mean. It's not the Wu. It's just because of the age. Like, we're just at a different point in our life. Imagine if the Wu started now. How it would be different. Wouldn't have been. It would be different, yo.
Talk about completely different things. We do different things musically, and we're focused on in different areas. And there's we come together for different reasons, and they came together too. So, but any group of men, I mean, it's an honor to even be mentioned in the same breath. So appreciate it.
Thanks.
If the music was whack, they wouldn't be mentioning us like that. I know the music ain't whack, man. So
support, man. Support, yo.
Man, the GRYSKLL, the way you summarized it, man. Definitely, for the community and more about people and helping people, become better versions of themselves, helping them find ways to make improve upon themselves instead of telling people about themselves or trying to point people in the direction, just helping people turn within. Starting with ourselves and kind of doing it, leading by example with that. And hopefully connecting with more people who want to do the same or who are doing the same, people that we can learn from and people that we can share this with too, man. Like, I want this to be a huge thing in the end, where it's a large, huge community and everybody's GRYSKLL, but you got the core, but that's got to be done slowly and methodically, and we got to accomplish things as the core first before that could ever be a possibility, man. Have you ever heard of this movement called Birds Aren't Real?
Birds aren't real? No. I don't think so, no.
It is becoming a huge movement right now. And it's basically, I guess, I don't know if this is the right word, but satire or something like that. Where they're basically a fake. They're making fun of like things like the conspiracy theories that get really popular with people. I'm not gonna say any specific ones, but they're basically making fun of that. But I mean, they've got huge followings. They've got millions of people involved with this movement apparently now. They're buying T-shirts and everything, and the dudes, all they do is spout facts saying that birds aren't real. They're actually government drones, and they, you know, those aren't power lines. Those are the charge of the drone birds, and you know, if a seagull's coming and the seagull comes and plucks some food off your plate, it's not because the seagull's hungry. It's because it's coming to harvest your DNA and take it back to the government to give them a more of a profile on your body and makeup and blah blah blah. It's funny as shit that it's got a following like this, but it's just interesting seeing how much shit blows up and becomes a thing. And this is just supposed to be a joke.
You know what? You kind of bringing back something I was thinking this morning because I was on Twitter. And because I don't know if Kevin Samuels died or not, but on Twitter, it's a big thing. Like they trying to say he died, and some people saying he's not dead.
I know his name. Who is he?
That dude that's always, you know, he's always talking to the women, telling them why they don't have a man or whatever.
Yeah, shit. Okay, yeah.
So they saying he died, and I still couldn't confirm. I can't tell what's real or not. I didn't see any legitimate source to say he was dead yet, so I don't think he's dead. But it just made me think about the internet and like how it was something else that's trending. But if we could, it's people that do it every day. You can campaign, you can do things just to get noticed. Like you could start a lie, you could just start something, say something that no one's ever thought, and like you said, the birds, like, you know what I'm saying? You could just
and I think it
come up with something elaborate.
I think it keeps happening too, man. I think it's just something new to keep grabbing people's attention, just to kind of keep thoughts trained. Like if your attention is constantly being focused elsewhere and outside of yourself, it's really hard to start paying attention to yourself and then noticing the world around you. I'm learning. Yeah.
Hey man, like that's why ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? The more you know, the more pain you feel.
Yeah, there's so many times I wish like I didn't see the world the way I see it, man. Sometimes I wish, just because that shit is a burden sometimes. Just understanding certain things and like really looking at like when you can see people being manipulated, and I don't mean in some spooky or super tinfoily way, but it's just some shit that's just obvious, man. It hurts because that shit causes wars between people, causes people to lose their lives and shit, man. That shit saddens me.
Yeah, like the 24-hour. I read the Ted Turner book, and about his life story, and he's an outlier. Like he was destined to be the way his family was. They wanted him to go into advertising. He did like all these billboards. His dad did in all these different states, but he wanted to go into TV, and he hit it right when cable first came out. And then so he wanted to, he knew wrestling was popular. So he found these different acts and he got them on cable and then syndicated, it got big. Then he had the first Superstation. And then his big thing was CNN, the 24-hour news cycle. And I know to this day he regrets that shit. Like, he regrets creating that shit, because that 24-hour news cycle, for me, that was the beginning. That was like the start of the internet, really, the internet mentality. It was the start of it, because they found a need. News is supposed to be new, and it's supposed to be important. It's not supposed to be something that you can look at all day. Like, and if you can do that, that means you're fighting for ratings. That means you're lying, you're clickbaiting, you're doing all kind of shit that journalists are not supposed to do. So we get in that cycle, and the ratings, Fox News is the best example. Like, you know, like anything to get people watching. And I just think that that news cycle is the same thing as the internet, man. They just got to keep, now it's lies though. Like the news, at least you could say, well, it's a murder here every day or something. But now it's just lies. Like, just make something up. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. It's lies, propaganda. It's to sway you into a certain train of thought, or to force you to take certain actions. It's programming. There's TV. Like, I really understand why. I've heard people say it, and it sounds so obvious now, but like all our life hearing TV shows called programs and hearing television programming called programming, like that never clicked before, but now it's like so obvious. It's just like, maybe that's not how it was intended when the words were used, but that's such an easy way to look at that shit and to understand it. And once you look at it and understand it that way, it's hard not to look at it that way anymore. But so
definitely,
and especially when it comes to news, like people like I'm watching the hosts on the CNN and Fox, like directly trying to tell you how to think. And not subtly, like they're like, you can't.
But that's not news.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not journalism. Like, opinion. You trying to convince me?
But people,
you trying to change my mind, yo. Like,
and you're trying to tell me that I'm wrong if I don't think that way, or that I should think that I'm wrong if I don't think that way. Yeah, and then people
just tell me the facts.
And then people out reinforcing these messages through social media all day, pushing those same messages out that they just got told to go push out. They got dispatched to go deliver. Oh, you're this, you're that. Oh, you think like this, you don't think like that. Oh my God, nah, man. Let's find ways to talk about things that matter to us as individuals, man. Spend more time inside so you can find out what you fucking love, is what I'm talking to myself and telling myself to do, man. Because every time I do that, every time I spend more time inside, I end up a lot happier by the end of the day. And sometimes I come out with end product, music, beats. Man,
but yo, man, if you want to get up later, like, because we never talked about Moon Knight.
Yeah, you watched the
last one? Or you want to do that another day?
Nah, if we get...
Yeah, I watched it. You watched it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Yanni watched it, so
man, that he's so sexy with the wings, yo. Like, ooh.
She pulled them joints out too. How fast she was.
Ooh, yeah, come scoop me up. Ooh.
She got right. Yeah, she upgraded.
Yeah.
Right? You ain't just upgrading.
She did.
Not just with powers, man. It wasn't just powers that she upgraded in. She became a woman.
Yeah.
She fly now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
all right, man.
But yo, man.
I'll holler at you later on, man.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna get on that track too, man. You got me inspired now, yo. We gonna do something today.
That's what up, man. Beautiful, man. All right, I'm up, man. So have a good one, Chief.
All right, man.
Peace.
I'm gonna hit you up later.
Okay. Peace.
Peace.
Nothing but raw skill. Big Daddy Kane at the sawmill. Tell you how I feel. Tell you how I feel.